Welcome along then to Dragon Trail Gardens for the Mature Racing Club Grand Tour Car Championship, the Elite 2 lobby. This race is about to get underway. Just waiting for the lights to go out. We can't really see from this angle, but the Subaru of the Dondota flies off the start, so does Fubuki. There's a couple of Audis mixed up in here, so I expect them to go backwards. I think one of them belongs to... Is it Baz? No? Who knows? Dixon in the Lamborghinis rockets it all the way up to third. Probably counting the Subaru, he's going to get a good start as well. Big Baz was in a GTR. GTR is a very popular choice for here, as we see Shadowhunter also in one, joined with Scooby in the McGann, and our new racer in Commander Effect is in the Audi. So he's had a bit of a poor start, but I expect to see that car come good in the coming laps. Shadowhunter's had a terrible chicane all the way down to 8th for Shadowhunter. So he had a good start, but he'll be hoping to redeem that. The new driver, Pajsi, I'm going to get that name wrong a lot, so please don't be offended by it. I'm terrible with foreign pronunciation. He's not had a bad start in the Mazda, so he's jumped a couple of drivers, one of them being also a two-man. Shellshock in the Audi is going to have a bit of a redemption task at hand. Adey G, good to see Adey G racing. BMW has had some connection issues lately in the BMW, looks battered and bruised already. In the Audi Ferry in the NSX, right at the back. Meanwhile, back up at the top, the Dondota and Fubuki kind of becoming a similar size, these two, leading the field away in the two Subarus. Behind them is Dixon, another four-wheel drive Lamborghini Huracan. Thundercat, we've seen a couple of drivers going at it. Oh, there's all sorts. Right, we're going to have to just skip back and rewind this. Commander Effect seems to be involved in this. It's coming up behind Big Baz. Looks like a lot of drivers just sort of concertina into that corner. A lot of people running wide. Now Commander Effect actually quite innocent in that. In fairness, didn't do anything wrong. We see Shadowhunter go off. Let's have a little look at what happened to Shadowhunter. So it looks like Shadowhunter's one of the guys that overcut the corner. And then, yeah, coming in behind him, there's just a little bit of contact. On the exit of a corner, Shadowhunter got the corner wrong and just tried to meet the apex. And unfortunately, there was cars already in the way. Adey G, meanwhile, making moves. Is Adey G, he's trying to anyway go down the inside of rear wheel 72 man. He's gonna get that move made. So that's 9th for Adey G, then a good race for him so far, a great start in the BMW. Meanwhile, Big Baz coming under pressure from the BMW driver as Audi Ferry tries to make his way through in the NSX. Shellshock in the Audi and Commander Effect in the Audi going side by side up the back straight. These two boys will come into their own now in terms of their car's prowess and ability. Take a stab in the dark that Commander Effect, a pad driver. So he'll have struggles on to capture his tyre wear woes through this one. American Shellshock doing well though, 5th place for him. Is the first non-4-wheel drive car out on track at the minute. He's setting purple sector, so he's doing a good job so far, Shellshock. Behind him now, Commander Effect starting to come under pressure from the McGann of Scooby. Scooby in turn is coming under pressure from Big Baz. Big Baz potentially going to be looking for a move now. GTR much better with traction. Decides not to go for the move, just tucks in for the time being. Playing the sensible game, but does try and tuck his nose in as we meet the second apex of the last turn. Stays with it for now. No changes at the top for the time being, so we'll concentrate on what's going on a little bit further back. Big Baz in the GTR is potentially going to be able to get a move made at the end of the straight. I was going to say if he could get his line right, just looks to have gone just a tiny bit wide. It's affected the speed. Audi Ferry though in the NSX is having an absolute storm of a race so far. He's really hooked onto the back of these guys. We'll take you for a lap of Dragon Trail Gardens in just a minute. Just a quick announcement before I do so, I guess. This race is only 20 minutes long. That's owing to they had to restart the race 10 minutes into the original one, and they all opted just to do a 20-minute race instead. So we're probably just going to run this start to finish. Might as well. It'll be easier and it'll save me way less time in the editing process. So I can just upload it. Winner, winner. two Audis then having a little bit of a battle. That 20-minute thing is going to affect strategy. So a lot of these drivers will have practiced for different sort of stints. Oh, there's massive carnage at the back involving Scooby. What's happened here? Missed that. So Scooby went wide. Just when he tried to get his foot in, he just clipped Adey Ferry, who was completely unsighted by that. He's gone on board with the Hungarian driver. What you see happen with Scooby happened pretty much in every race that GTTCC ran. Unfortunately, Adey Ferry was just collected, an innocent party, if you will. But as we know with Scooby, there was absolutely no intent with that at all. It's just an accident. He's ended up much worse off. In fact, to be fair, I'll give Adey Ferry his credit. He held on to that really well. Yeah, he's lost a few places, but you know, he did a good job holding that together. The two Audis then is trying to chase down the guys ahead. 38.2 for Dixon. Shell Shock's running in the 37s. So yeah, they're reeling the guys ahead in at a bit of a rate now. The point I was trying to make before was about tyre wear. So now this means that the Megans can no stop. It means that a couple of other cars can probably no stop. The NSX being one of them, but the Audis are probably still going to struggle with a no stop. They will have to pit, I think. How these guys up here do all depends on the driving style. The four-wheel drives can be quite severe on their front tyres. He's still asking those fronts to do a lot of work. But so far, Fabuki, who has took the lead over the Dondotta, so far these two guys sort of running away with it. Thundercat doing a great job hanging on in the other Subaru. Dixon in the Lamborghini, 4th at the minute. Shell Shock just leading away to Coanda Effect. Big Baz, 7th for Big Baz at the minute. Highest placed GTR in the field. The GTR was what I ran here, and once the tyres dropped off, which happens about 10 minutes into your stint, so we're coming up to that now. The lap times just started losing acres of time. Adey G don't really know too much about the BMW's abilities. It shouldn't be too bad, in fairness. It should just about hold on. Real 72 man can now no stop really. As long as he looks after his tyres, he can probably do a no stop. Adey Ferry can probably do the same. Shadowhunter and the GTR is probably going to have to think about a pit stop. Padsy's had an awful couple of laps, in fairness. Scooby, after that incident we saw all the way down the back now. These boys at the front, they were setting 36.6 and 36.7 lap times respectively. So they are proper nailing it now. The top four are breaking away into their own little pack. Then it is Shell Shock leading the next group away. This little group consists of Shell Shock, Coanda Effect and Big Baz Kun. In fact, Big Baz looks very close now. Let's see if he's going to go for a move down into the hairpin. A favourite overtaking spot. Biggest braking zone on the entire circuit, because then you do come into an area which is mostly single file. Moves can be made down at this next bit, especially down at the I think it's the 4 apex right-hander that we're coming up to now. As you see, Big Baz really close, tucked under the rear wing of Coanda Effect. The GTR should have a lot more lateral grip than the Audi. In theory, he should just be able to drive right up the inside. That's exactly what he's doing. But the Audi on the straight now is going to have the power to keep that position, and he's going to have him balling the entire line as well. So I expect to see the Audi pull away a little bit. In fact, Coanda's backed out of that. He was ahead, but he backed out of the move. So probably sensing the tyre drop off already on that Audi. Adey G hasn't had a lot of coverage this season because he's been plagued with issues throughout it in terms of getting online and getting connected. But it's great to see him racing, and he's doing a fine job in 8th as well, getting some pressure from the Megane of Real 72 man behind. Not seeing anyone coming to the pits yet as well, by the way, so we'll keep an eye out for that. We're approaching the halfway point of this particular race. Shadowhunter, after an awful first couple of laps, well, first lap specifically, up to 11th now. Apache. If you can let me know how to pronounce your name, I'm just going to call you P. It's going to be easier for both of us, mate, trust me. Mazda Atenza looks like it's been in an absolute war. Oh, there's some moving going on between... Let's have a look what happened. This is rear wheel 72 man. And Adey G looks to have been swapping places, so rear wheel has to go in deep, but that's going to sacrifice his exit speed, so Adey G's going to be able to get the overdrive on him, but it looks like rear wheel's got the move made here. And Adey G's got a slightly quicker car in a straight line, so he should be able to line him up for a move into the hairpin. Rear wheel goes defensive, sends Adey G the long way around. Yeah. Wheels kept it, so Adey G Adey G down to 9th now then. He's got Audi Ferry for company. Audi Ferry looking racy at the minute. He's just set personal best lap. And of course Adey G ahead of him lapping about the same pace, so he's going to have to pull a move on him to get past. Nothing doing at the top. Certainly no changes. So we're down to 13 drivers. Fabuki and the Dondota side by side then. Fabuki has to let the Dondota take that. He's reached the halfway point in the race. But these boys are just streaming away from everyone else. There's absolutely no competition where anyone else is concerned. Let's have a little bit of a ride. In fact, we'll go for a ride on board with someone in a lap or two's time. Oh, shell shot there, going all sorts of skew whiff on the exit car. I made both my mistakes in this race on a very damn corner. Hate it. Commander Effect then's had an issue somewhere because he's well, we saw him back off the move with Big Baz, but his pace has just dropped off ever since. Whether he's suffering with tyre drop off, I'm not too sure. He's quite new to the league, so potentially getting used to tyre wear is a new thing for him. It isn't the easiest thing to get used to. You do have to adapt your driving style through the race, and that is not an easy thing to be doing. These two still quite glued together. We've not covered them that much. Thundercat and Dixon have been pretty much side by side for the entirety of this one. Well, not side by side, but line astern is probably the best way. We'll jump on board for a lap with the Brit. Dixon does go for a move by the looks of it. A little bit of contact at the apex, but that seems to be alright. Let's jump on board the Subaru for a lap. So he's got a Lamborghini right there, look. The Lamborghini's so small you can almost see off the top of it. Let's see if Dixon does go for a move at some point in this lap. So you've got a nice tight apex. Run the power as soon as you feel able to. Braking after the 100 metre board. And then you want to smash the Nora off these apexes. If you get it right, you can, as Thundercat did just then, you can run your car right in the middle of both. It does save you a couple of attempts. Coming down into there, but you look for the curve on the right as your braking point, brake roughly where that starts. And then you can run your car all the way over this, just like Thundercat's done there. You can do that, that's fine. Up through the S's then, and this climbs gradually uphill, so you kind of have to be careful, especially into this corner that the car doesn't run too wide. Use the curve to pull your car around, and then you start the little journey back downhill again. So run it wide on that curve, downhill, brake just as the asphalt changes colour, and then modulate the throttle through this. I think it's 4 apexes altogether, and this makes your left front screaming agony, begging for forgiveness. The top corner is officially 2 corners, but you want to treat it just like one. So go for a nice wide mid-turn, cut back for the apex. Thundercat's done us a perfect lap there. That was a great example of how to take Dragon Trail Gardens. As we enter the 13th minute and the 9th lap, of this race. 1:37.9 for Thundercat, so a good lap for him as well. He's planning not suffering too badly with his tyres. Shellshot will start to suffer with his tyres though, so it'll be interesting to see if Big Baz can reel onto the back of him. He's still in the 37s, whereas Shellshot's just dipped into the 38s. Commando Effect starting to come under pressure then from rear wheel 72 man. He's in the 40s now, so it's pretty evident that he's struggling with tyres. There he goes, getting his car up on 2 wheels. Adey G down to 10th. Adey G's got past Adey G somewhere along the line. Let's see if any moves get made down here. Adey very, very late on the brakes there in the NSX, but makes the apex, so absolutely fine with that. So a nice little battle developing for 7th. Further on down, there's not much racing happening back here. It's just the guys that have had incidents really and are just sort of running around on their own at the minute. There's not an awful lot happening. Oh look, gonna have to just go back and have a look at this. I saw him running 3 wide. So I want to say this is the effects of tyre wear on a TT. The car's just not going to turn the way you want to, so his full lock it just didn't really turn. Rear wheel 72 man and Adey G have managed to go and nip in front. Adey G is going to try and make that 2 in 1 as him and rear wheel 72 man battle for the last apex. Rear wheel did get there first. See Commando Effect going wide again. If Adey G can get a place off him, he's officially ahead by the time the corner starts. And Commando Effect might well tuck back in. No, he's fighting this one. Commando Effect's got the inside line and a faster car down the straights. Adey G just gets a tiny bit wrong on the apex, and Commando Effect in that Audi is just going to steam ahead now. Adey G will indeed tuck into the slipstream. So just 5 minutes remain of this race. I don't think any of these guys are going to pit. So we might see some mistakes creep in over the next few laps, because the tyres at this point will be really quite heavily worn unless they've been saving through the race. The Megans might be okay. The Megans tyre wear here wasn't too bad. I don't know why I tested it here, but I just felt that Megane was a stronger car for topless than the GTR could ever be. Adey G though's got a move made down the long straight, just got a better run out the chicane up ahead, and up he goes to 7th, a little higher up. Baz chasing down the American. The American is trying to chase down Dixon. Dixon and Thundercat aren't really making the escape that Fubuki and the Don Dotto have managed to do. These two guys still racing together nice and cleanly. Time's starting to drop off though for these guys a tiny bit. Yeah, but great pace shown between these two. They're certainly lapping quickly enough. Dixon then ahead of Thundercat. When did that happen? Last corner, Dixon goes for the inside. Thundercat actually goes really wide, and that's just kind of like Dixon on the inside. Thundercat sees it happening, leaves in the space, and that's Dixon then up to 3rd. All is not lost yet though for Thundercat. We see he's certainly got the pace and the ability to get back up there. So if he almost took himself under the rear wing of that Lamborghini, and it looks like he's going for that place back straight away. Dixon of course is going to fight it. Thundercat does give him just a little bit of a squeeze, gives him plenty of room on the apex though, which is fine to do. And Thundercat's got that move back. I got that place back, sorry, with a great move through the chicane section. Dixon's going to attack again though. Thundercat potentially just forgotten to defend that. We might see him go for the cutback. Hope that Dixon brakes just a little bit late. Thundercat is going for the cutback move. Great racing between these two. Side by side going up the S's. You really don't want to be side by side here. A little bit of door rubbing. Dixon unfortunately just loses control. Let's go back and have a quick look what happened. You don't want to go side by side through here. This is the sort of thing that can happen. Yeah, no, there was no blame there. to anyone. Like Thundercat certainly didn't hit him, but yeah, you're just carrying that much momentum through there. Those sort of things can indeed happen. Baz and Shellshock then really close together once more. At this point, the tyre wear with these guys will be. I don't need to keep going on about it inadvertently, but it's gonna be a factor in this one, especially when you're looking at a car like an Audi TT. A 30-minute race, they would have pitted potentially. Oh, and as you see there, and evidence of that coming on the main straight. Say Shellshock should have kept that on the main straight, but Big Baz just had some really good racecraft there. Dixon then 6th place for Dixon after that off a lap ago. Audi Ferry and rear wheel 72 man still battling away. Dejku 9th place for Dejku. He's had a good race, to be fair. Dejku's had a good commando effect. Probably a little bit gutted at his first opening, but sometimes these races do just take time to get used to the format. 11th for Shadowhunter at the minute. Scooby's in 12th. With P in 13th. Battle at the top then as we enter the last minute of the race, so probably this is the penultimate lap for most drivers now. With some drivers it may potentially well be their last. Don Dotter's got this all wrong, and is that going to let Fabuki right up? It is. Fabuki's up into the lead of the race with 1 lap to go. So Don Dotter then just got his line wrong. That's probably the first mistake I've seen the Don Dotter make, and it's cost him first place in this race. Of course, for the time being, we've got another lap to go, so as it stands at the top, Fabuki's winning this one with the Don Dotter in 2nd place. Thundercat solidified 3rd now. Big Baz is behind, but not necessarily close enough to mount an attack yet. Thundercat would have to make a mistake. Big Baz and Shellshock still pretty close together. Dixon's 6th, as we just mentioned. Real 72 man and Audi Ferry still having a little bit of a battle. Just going to see if any of these guys make it over in time. Dejku 9th, is he going to be our first finisher? Yeah, Dejku's going to be the first driver to finish. Commando Effect's going to finish in 10th. Shadowhunter's going to finish in 11th. Scooby is going to finish in 12th, and P is going to finish 13th. We do still have 8 drivers battling for position then. Anything can happen in this last lap. We've got Shellshock and Big Baz. Shellshock's gonna go for the move on the last lap. Kind of silly not to, but Baz covers it off nicely, just gets on the brakes as you would expect. Does run the car a little bit wide though. More further up, the Don Dotter and Fabuki relatively close together still as well. This is where the Don Dotter made a mistake a lap ago. You can expect him to go defensive here. It doesn't. He actually goes back to the racing line. I think he's just going to see what Don Dotter does here. Gets his braking right for last turn. Perfectly executed by these guys, as you would expect. The racecraft on show from these two today has been exemplary. They should both be happy with this one. Fabuki wins with the Don Dotter in 2nd. Thundercat. It's a Subaru 123. Thundercat's going to round that up for 3rd position. Big Baz going to bring home 4th. A good race for Big Baz. Top place GTR. Shellshock in the Audi just about hung on at the end with that tyre wear. And it's really close back. In fact, we're going to just go back and have a look at this. So this is Audi Ferry rear wheel 72 and Dixon. So it is at the minute. NSX versus Megane versus Lamborghini. Dixon dives to the inside. Real 72 man just kind of lost his rhythm there a little bit, and I think he's just going to keep it ahead of Dixon, so it's going to be Audi Ferry, Real 72 man and Dixon 6th.